Morning students of class 10. Today we are going to revise unit 1 and the subject is computer. Your unit 1 is about communication skills. What is communication skills? We have to discuss here. So in this first session is about methods of communication. What are the methods we will going to use to communicate with other persons? First thing is, what is communication? Communication is a way by which we can share our thoughts and our thinkings. Okay. So what are the methods we are going to use in communication? We have to understand in this session. Now, here in this picture clearly shown that how we can able to communicate. Okay, first thing is there are some important key features and some entities needed for communication, which are sender, then encoding, then channel, decoding, receiver, feedback and two-way. These are the key features of communication, and by using these we can communicate with each other efficiently. Okay, so first thing is sender. For communication, one sender is needed. Without sender we cannot send it anything. Suppose we have to talk with other person, so we are sender, we are just sending the message. Second thing is encoding. Encoding means the language which we want to communicate with each other. Okay, so both the persons have to know the same language. Next thing is channel. What kind of channel, how many persons are there, we have to understand it. Then decoding, the person has to know the same language. Then receiver is that person we are going to communicate with. Then feedback, and then two-way communication is completely established. Next thing is method of communication. What are the methods we are going to use in communication? That is, there are several different types of communication methods which we are going to discuss. First is verbal communication, second is non-verbal communication, third is visual communication, and fourth is written communication. What is verbal communication? In general, we are going to use all this kind of communication only, which is verbal communication. Like we are talking with other persons is called a verbal communication. Okay, so it is easy to communicate, and it is very fast process. We can communicate very easily. Next thing is advantages of verbal communication. What are the advantages of verbal communication? We have to understand. In this figure we can easily see that how can we able to communicate in verbal communication. Fast information, information passed instantly, no materials required, most widely accepted method of communication, immediate clarification available, effective persuasive tools and instant feedback. We can do the communication very fast and efficiently. These are the key features of this method. Next, what is non-verbal communication? Then another thing has come, that is non-verbal, another type of communicative method. So non-verbal communication means we are not going to communicate communicate in general, like this is not used in general. How can we able to communicate with each other? Non-verbal means facial expression and other things we are going to discuss with each other. Means suppose a small newborn baby want to communicate with mother, his or her mother. So how he or she will going to communicate with mother? With facial expressions, gestures, postures, sad, happy, like he or she have to express to his or her mother. Okay. Next thing is common body language mistakes to avoid. Okay. So how can we have to avoid the common body languages? Okay. In this figure you have clearly see that what the body language shows in your body language, how can we think about any person, he is positive or negative thinking person. Okay, this is a form of non-verbal communication in which we can easily understand. Next thing is advantages of you have to study all the chapter line by line. This is revision class, so I am going to discuss only main points only. Okay, advantages and disadvantages of non-verbal communication we have to understand. First thing, advantage. What are the advantages? Non-verbal communication demonstrates enthusiasm and confidence, easy to present, instant communication with no waste of time, good substitute for verbal messages, can be used by people who do not know how to read write, sign language helps the different blade. Okay, these are the advantages of non-verbal communication. Some prominent disadvantages are given here. There are lack of clarity and precision here. If we communicate in just expressions, it may be possible other person can understand it like ambiguous thing. Okay, so it is confusing. So these are the disadvantages. You have to understand it and going through thoroughly with the to the chapters. Okay. Next, what are visual communication? What is visual communication? Visual communication means how can we understand by seeing anything and communicate with other persons. First thing, object, people. In this figure all things are clearly shown. Okay, what are pictures, then films, maps, charts, graphs, like that we have to understand all the things. Then after, what is written communication? Written communication is very traditional kind of communication. If you want any official letter or other applications, this could be in written communication. Okay, like that in schools we are giving assignments or examination papers by using written communication. Nobody has giving that school examination in oral communications. Okay, so in the advantages of written communication is permanent record, ideal legal matters, clarifications, message easy, accurate presentation of complicated message, can be shared with the many people, suitable for long distance communication. Okay, next, some key points are given here. Now, session 2, providing feedback. What is feedback? If anything we are going to just use any services or any person's thoughts and sharing, what's our feedback about that? Okay, suppose you are going to any restaurants or any hotels and you have got some eatables and eat it, then after you have to give some feedback to the hotel or restaurant about what the service is good or not. We have to give feedback. So it is like a feedback. Okay, communication is a process, involves many different steps or stages. It involves conveying the thoughts, process and individual as a center, anyone, then itself, and it's called a receiver. Communication takes two means. So feedback is just like that you are using in your general life. Okay, what is feedback? Feedback is a response of reaction and receiver after perceiving the understanding the message. Okay, if somebody has give you something to understand, or somebody want to talk with you, then after talking and all dialogues are ended, then you have to give feedback about that person is good or not, you have understand that person. So that is called a feedback. So that is feedback. Okay, importance of feedback we have to understand. What is importance of feedback? Where the reaction of the receiver helps the clarifying doubts, measuring the effectiveness of communication, measuring the effectiveness of media, helps the talking appropriate decision, improves coordination, completes the process of communication. That are the importance of feedback. Then after there are feedback is the essence of two-way communication. It is the essence, that is the essential thing for two-way communication. Without that we cannot understand anybody's thinking of thoughts. Okay, next thing, the feedback has given requirements of effective feedback, something given here. First thing is that is clear, second is well timed, third is specific, fourth is bearing right attitude, fifth is truly this representative, sixth is impersonal, and seventh is informative. These are the effective feedback needs to be have some these type of qualities. Okay, next thing, types of feedback. We have to understand what kind of feedback are available. Feedback is regulating system that helps modify or correct or someone behavior. Okay, non-verbal feedback, that is non-verbal feedback. If anybody is tired or not talking in a perfect manner, then we can easily give feedback to his or her. He or she is not well and he has some problem, like that. In that figure we can easily see that. Next thing is, so there are two kind of feedbacks, specific and non-specific feedback. We have to give it. Next thing is written feedback needs, that are the key features: realistic in order to be meaningful. Second is in a language that is easily understandable. Third is timely, so that it is paired close to the event. Next is specific and actionable, and last and constructive instead of being merely critical. These are the written feedback needs to be doing like that. Some examples are given: example 1, example 2, example 3. Go through that examples and understand it. If you have any point, any problems, then you can free to ask me questions. Okay, you can ask me. Now our session 3 starts. In session 3 we are going to discuss about barriers of effective communication. What are the barriers to communicate? Okay, what are the barriers of communication? If suppose any person want to communicate with other person and he is not able to communicate with him or her, then what will the main factors come to like barriers? So we can say that these have some he or she to communicate with the other person. He don't know that particular language he or she going to discuss. So that is the main communication problem comes here. Okay, so we can do that by this. Various barriers of communication are given here. First thing, wrong format. Second is technical background. Third is receiver unable to understand. Fourth is attitude towards the sender, wrong channel. Then no feedback. Then poor timing, use of jargon, unclear message, and wrong target. Like that, the various barriers are communication. Suppose you have not relation with other persons. Okay, so how can you able to communicate? That is also a barrier of communication. These barriers are given here. You have to understand, and if you have any problems, ask me. Okay, now semantic barriers. Some barriers are here. Semantic refer to a specific meaning of words. Okay, you don't know the specific meaning of words, then how will you able to communicate with other persons? Okay, so you have to know that semantic barriers, and you have to know that a specific word meaning, then you are able to communicate with other persons. Then emotional and psychological barriers are there. Then personal barriers. These are some barriers we can able to that not communicable somebody else. Okay, then gender barrier. Some have hesitation to talk with females or ladies, then that is called a gender barrier. Then visual perception, what is the perception about that particular person, it also depends on the just act like a barrier. Then after environment or physical barriers, some people belongs to other places, then you have to have some hesitation to talk to him. Then cultural barriers, psychological barriers, or and organization barriers, that are the main barriers are there. Measures of overcome barrier in the communication. How can we able to overcome the barriers in the communication? Having a clarity of the languages he or she removing, first step towards the removing the barriers. Second is one needs to arrange the one's proper use of communication. being sensitive, like that. These are the how to overcome the barrier communication. You have to read it. If you have any confusion, and ask me. Okay, next, fourth session, principle of effective communication. What is principle of effective communication? We have to understand it. Okay, so like that, principle of effective communication means, suppose your school have good discipline, and communication is after this, if any organization have good discipline, then the communication is going to be good, because the other members of, or other students of that particular school is communicate with each other very well. Okay, so these are the key things of effective communication tools. Okay, how can we some principles of effective communication. The school discipline committee was since the beginning. Okay, academic year. These are the, you have to understand it and read it thoroughly. Okay, so we are discussing about 7 C's. How can we able to maintain the discipline in school or any other places, any other organization. These are concrete, concise, considerable, courteous, clear, correct, and complete. Like that, we have to do and follow the 7 C's. Without that, we can not able to get it the specific results in communication, and we can do effective communication with the help of all things. You have to understand and read it. Okay, next slide. This given the correctness, then after courtesy. Okay, these you have to understand it properly. Next, parts of sentences, that is writing skills. Session 5 is writing skills, parts of sentences. What are the parts of sentences? We have to understand how many parts of sentences. Okay, given here. That is grammar portion. So as earlier you have discussed in grammar portion in previous classes, so this you have to understand it very quickly. What is verb, what is predicate, what is parts of speech, like that you have to understand. Then how many types of sentences, simple, compound, complex, these are the types of sentences. Then sentences, what is sentences? Group of words, meaningful words are called sentences. Then clause, what is clause? Clause is group of words that has subject and verb. It may be or may not be complete other hand. A phrase or group of words which cannot be subject or verb. Okay, then after simple sentence, what is simple sentence? Okay, a simple sentence has one clause, like that. Okay, next, then we have to understand about compound sentences. The compounds are two or main clauses, like that. Then complex sentence has a main clause and one or more dependent clauses, like that. Then parts of speech. What is parts of speech? We have already learned in previous classes. Noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb. Okay, preposition, conjunction, interjection, like that. So you have to study all those things very thoroughly. What is noun, what is common noun, proper noun, abstract noun, types of noun is given here. Concrete noun, collective noun, countable noun, like that. Then pronoun, what is pronoun? Personal pronoun. Okay, possessive pronoun. Then has given indefinite pronouns, relative pronouns, intensive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, interrogative pronouns, reflexive pronouns. Then verb, what is verb? Verb is a word that tells us about action or a state. Okay, how many kinds of verb? A transitive verb and intransitive verb. Then auxiliary verb, modal verb. Okay, then adjective, what is adjective? Okay, all describing words that modify, and pronouns also known as adjectives, like that. All things are given here. You have to understand. Determiners, A and B, all you have to understand thoroughly. Okay, if you have any point of time, any problems, you can ask me. Okay, adjective of numbers, demonstrative adjective, interrogative adjective, exclamatory adjective, positive adjective, adjective of quality, adjective of quantity, like that. Then after verb is given, okay, then after adverb has given what is adverb, okay. Adverb are the words modify verbs, adjective other adverbs, okay, like that. Adverbs of manner, adverbs of place, adverb of trying, these all are given here. Then construction of a paragraph, how can we able to construct a paragraph. A paragraph is group of sentences related to the same subject. It has a topic sentence, okay, and group of paragraph called an essay, okay. How can we do the essays? Essays, letters, descriptive paragraph. A descriptive paragraph describes a person, a place, thing, a place, or any other idea about the reader. Then after narrative paragraph, what is narrative? A narrative paragraph is used to tell a story, to keep the moving. Narrative paragraph means small stories, you have understand, small tale stories, okay. Next, persuasive paragraph. In persuasive paragraph, the writer gives his or her own opinion, okay. Means writer or poet has his or her opinions about the particular topic. So you have to understand that you have to match the mind of the writer or poet about that persuasive paragraph, okay. Next, expository paragraph. Expository paragraph gives information or instruction that explain process and method. They often in a chronological order. Then simple writing tips. What are the simple writing tips as given here? You have to follow this. Decide the topic, research and collect, outline and plan, start writing a simple draft, review, edit and format. These steps are writing, okay. Perfect writing means, okay, it seems like a perfect writing. Last and very important thing, let's recollect. Communication is a way, the process in which idea and through the transmission between the intention and understanding. Next thing is verbal communication is essential to most interaction of speech and spoken. Non-verbal communication is done without the using words. It is non-linguistic transmission information that takes place through visually, auditory, tactiles. Then after is, if we are not mindful our body language, then we have to offending someone. The use of symbol, images communicate constitutes visual communication. Then sending messages, instruction, orders, request and notices, okay. Then what is feedback? Feedback is the response and reaction of the receiver after perceiving the understanding and message. Feedback is regulating system that helps modify or correct someone's behavior. Then feedback can verbal or non-verbal, specific feedback desirable. There are many barriers of communication which may occur any stage of communication. Next, barriers may lead to the message becoming distorted. To improve overall communication skill, we need to aware and attempt to minimize and barriers. Then communication is present. Communication needs to follow certain principles in order to effective. These are clarity, simplicity, brevity, accuracy, timeliness and understanding of the receiver. Then 7 C's is effective communication of completeness, conciseness, conciseness, clarity, correctness, courtesy and correctness. These are the essential kind of communication effective. The subject part of sentences are given a sentence about what are the complex and compound simple sentences, like that. We have to understand all the things. What is part of speech we have already did in the chapter. So hope you all have understand my thoughts and my class of this chapter unit. Thank you.